So welcome. This Tech Hour is about tools for packaging and using portable tech documents, which is a concept I introduced at the Tech Hour a couple of months ago. And it's developed far enough to be an accepted talk for the 2021 packaging conference, which is the first ever software packaging conference, I believe. And there are about 80 talks there, 70 or 80 talks. So I'm in a slightly elite group, and given that I don't have any working software, just some concepts, I'm flattered that I've got so far as I have. So what I'd like to do today is have a sort of rehearsal for the talk. So I've prepared some slides. They'll get revised based on what happens. There are 4 slides plus a title.
Did you prepare LaTeX?
I did prepare them using LaTeX, and I've already introduced the packaging conference to you a bit. I might introduce it some more, and then we'll go through the slides one at a time. And after each slide, I'll give you an opportunity to ask questions and so forth. Now, at the conference itself, I get 20 minutes, and then there's a 5 minutes for changing sessions or whatever. So I have to be pretty focused, and everybody's going to have their brain full of stuff, so easily memorable. The packaging conference is all sorts of things. There's a large number of things where packaging is important. I know Python packaging, Perl has packaging. You could think of TeX and CTAN as a sort of packaging thing. Ubuntu, all the Unix distributions have packaging, and there are all sorts of different forces involved in packaging: convenience, security, reliability, and they're also related to communities because they have to be easy to use for the community. So if you use Python packaging, there are tools written in Python to be used with Python that allows you to retrieve packages from the repository, and also place packages in the repository. And the same goes, for example, with Node, the JavaScript packaging, the JavaScript framework. And Elm, the web framework, has its own packaging, processing, and so forth. So pretty much every vibrant ecosystem, if you like, has its own packaging. And our packaging system is CTAN and TeX Live and the TeX Live package manager and MikTeX. And I think we can also count Overleaf as a packaging manager for TeX, in the sense that you log into Overleaf and it's all been done for you. So it's a way of handling packaging, even though you don't have to handle it yourself. And most of the talks are from fairly mainstream things. One of the reviewers talked about TeX as being a less well-known part of the ecosystem.
Jonathan, I have a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
For those of us that are ignorant, me, define the word packaging.
Okay. It is putting things into I'll use a container. It might physically be a container in such a way that they can be easily transmitted and used. So part of packaging is getting things in the right place, installing things and deinstalling things. So when a Microsoft Windows computer updates, it will be updating with packages. And one of the key things about a package is you don't have to know what's in it to install it. So if you like, you can think of a lamp. Well, a lamp isn't very useful until it's got a plug on the end. And you have to, most lamps come with a plug fitted. Similarly, a book isn't very useful until it's been bound. In the early days, books were actually shipped unbound, and people would bind them themselves or have their whatever bind them, because book binding made the books fit for the library. if you like. But now we expect books to be bound as part of the packaging. The thing about, one of the important things about software packaging is it is intended to give you a reproducible experience. So if everybody installs version 3.7 of the Supermatic Wibble package, they should all get the same experience from it. Excellent.
Thank you.
That's good. So I'll go on to the slides now, and I'll do a share screen with, here we go. Are you seeing my, not yet?
No.
Not yet. Are you seeing just my slides now? Yes?
Yes, I see them.
Excellent. So that's the introductory slide. So the next thing now is, what is special about portable TeX documents? And it comes down to two ways of saying the same thing. So Alice ate the apple is one way of saying something, and the apple was eaten by Alice is another way of saying exactly the same situation, but the emphasis is different. With Alice ate the apple, you can think, oh, she didn't eat the apple, she ate the banana, she ate the cherry. And the apple was eaten by Alice. No, it wasn't Alice, I was wrong, it was Bob or Carol. So the variable is different in the two cases. Now, the normal way of dealing with TeX and a lot of other systems is PDF is typeset from the TeX source. So we have a function called typeset whose input is TeX and whose output is PDF. Well, with portable TeX documents, we do it the other way around. So the PDF is obtained by having a portable TeX document, which takes as an argument the thing that does the typesetting. So instead of Alice ate the apple was eaten by Alice. And a portable TeX document has two branches, if you like. The one is the source, the actual files the author wrote. And the other is the typeset method, which is whatever it is, but it's given only as git hashes. So a git hash is a fingerprint for a piece of computer memory. And two pieces of memory are the same only if they have the same fingerprint. So from the git hash, you can't figure out what the object is, but if somebody gives you the object, you can say, yes, this is the right one. And that has a big significant difference on things. So I'll actually do the slides out of order. I'm going to talk about problems in the TeX ecosystem. So, I'll stop. Are there any questions? Please, questions? I will come back to it if you need to. So, because Don Knuth did so much work with TeX, removing floating point arithmetic and all sorts of other things, TeX achieves reproducible results across space and time and across all platforms. So this is what a computation should be. 2 + 2 should always be 4. And when you typeset a book, it should always get the same number of pages. You don't expect the number of pages of that a book has to depend on the time of day or the CPU you're using. Now, there's a big problem, which is ensuring that you have identical inputs. And at present, for many people, TeX Live is packaged as an ISO, and it expands to about 5 GB on disk. That's quite big. It's a big package. It's a two-man lift. So here's the problem that the TeX ecosystem really has. You say to somebody, please collaborate with me on my TeX document. you'll have to install TeX Live first. So you have to download and install a 5 GB thing. And you might be collaborating with other people who will require different 5 GB things because they're working on different versions of TeX Live, or because they're configured differently, or simply because they've got different things installed. So the response that TeX users get when they want to share might very well be, forget it, we'll use Google Docs. That's a big problem in the TeX ecosystem.